Deflected, they score!
Frölunda Gothenburg has come to take CHL knockout stage qualification for granted. But tonight, Frölunda is potentially one game away from group stage elimination. If the four-time European champions don't get at least 1 point against IFK Helsinki, they may fall at the first CHL hurdle for the very first time. Hello again, everyone. I'm Darren Kilfera, and welcome to the first of two CHL decision days in 2021. Take a look at the Frölunda and IFK lineups quickly here. Nicholas Lassu has recovered from the foot injury that sidelined him from several weeks, so the score of the overtime winner in the CHL final against Sparta Prague a few years ago is back in the Frölunda lineup. Former IFK Helsinki player Patrick Carlson wears the top scorer's jersey for Frölunda. As for the Finns themselves, the American Alex Broadhurst plays his first CHL game of the season, and the Swede Sebastian Duke returns to the first forward line after missing out last Tuesday. Jari Inala is the only IFK player with as many as 3 points, so he wears their top scorer's jersey here at the Frölundaborg Ice Stadion this evening. 12 teams left vying for the 7 remaining places in the CHL knockout stage. It's very unlikely that both Frölunda and IFK will advance from Group B together. Unless IFK wins here in Gothenburg, ZSA Zurich's game later on tonight against Mlada Boleslav will be meaningless. For IFK to guarantee their place in the last 16, they must improve upon Frölunda's 3-2 regulation win last week in Helsinki. But at least their destiny is currently still in their own hands. Decent crowd at the Frölunda Borg Ice Stadium tonight. We've just heard the CHL anthem. Now we will pause for the two national anthems, first from Finland and then from Sweden. Very respectful observance of the two national anthems. As always, you see our refereeing crew there, Tobias Björk and Christopher Holm, the two referees. Björk in the number 25 jersey on the right there, and Holm wearing number 7. Wearing number 90 for Frölunda is Matt Tompkins. He gets the start. He relieved Niklas Rubin on Thursday in Frölunda's defeat of Färjestad Karlstad, and then got the win at Djurgårdens on Saturday in the SHL. As for the Finns, Michael Gartseg is preferred to Niilo Halonen after Halonen was yanked early in IFK's 5-2 loss at HBK Hämeenlinna on Saturday. Frölunda, a pair of domestic wins since they defeated IFK last week. The overtime 6-5 victory in the Scandinavium against Färjestad here in Gothenburg. And then on Saturday they went on the road to Djurgårdens, won 4-2. Elmer Söderblom, the 20-year-old winger, 2 goals and an assist in that game. The fourth line for Frölunda came up particularly big for the Indians. IFK reeling after 3 defeats on the spin, including the 3-2 loss on home ice against Frölunda last week. They lost 2-0 to Kärpät Oulu despite giving up only 12 shots on goal. And then on Saturday, Halonen gave up 2 goals in his first 4 shots faced. Then he was yanked for Gartseg. He didn't fare too much better. 5-2 the final score for HBK. And IFK Helsinki, any win better than 3-2, as we mentioned just before the anthems, would be enough to guarantee their place in the last 16. If they get a 2-point win here, they would be reliant upon ZSA slipping up on home ice against already eliminated Mlada Boleslav. 9 games tonight in the CHL. We will try and keep track of as many of them as we can. There are 2 other games starting right at the same time as this one. Tampere against Skellefteå in Group E, with Tampere qualified. Skellefteå trying to lock up their place in the last 16 again. And Vekwa against TPS Turku. Both of those clubs could be going home depending on what happens between Penguins Bremerhaven and Sparta Prague beginning in about an hour's time from now. But let's focus on the ice here in Gothenburg. Frölunda in their home red jerseys. IFK Helsinki the away red, white, and blues, I should say. And referee Holm about ready to get this party started. Final game of CHL Group B for both clubs. Puck slid down the ice, icing waved off. First to it was Jordan Schmaltz, but nearly lost out. Puck picked up by Jan Mershak, the Slovenian 2-time Olympian. Schmaltz, though, able to regroup. Push the puck forward for IFK. And offside the whistle against the Finns. Group standings coming into this game. Frölunda 11 points, ZSC 10 points, IFK Helsinki 8 points. If IFK wins in regulation, that would put the clubs level on 11 points apiece. And as I said, it's down to the head-to-head results. There's a tie on aggregate goal difference between the two teams across their 2 games this week and last week. Whoever scored more goals in one game would win the tie. So a 4-3 win would be enough for IFK Helsinki. A 2-1 win would not. In regulation, of course. IFK's had trouble scoring goals of late. So that makes things that little bit more interesting as well, as Frölunda breaks out. Over the line, far side, was Ryan Lash, the all-time CHL leading points scorer, and currently tied for 3rd in SHL points this season. He's on a 7-game SHL point scoring streak, is Lash. 2 goals and 10 assists in that span. Into his own corners, Johan Sundstrom loses out. Good hard work from Duke below the goal line for IFK. Swedish player back in his home country tonight. Puck bounces off the back of the cage, and now it's picked up by Lash. And that was a dangerous-looking pass. Went off the leg of Duke. That might have benefited Frölunda. That could have gone anywhere. Now the pass back to the point is miscontrolled by the skater retreating down the ice. And it was Kasper Kotkensalo. Tied for first in plus-minus in the Finnish Liga is Kotkensalo with +8. That centering pass didn't quite get through from Koivistonen. Muttu Koivistonen, the Liga playoff MVP last year. Couldn't generate IFK's first scoring chance of the night. Just after 6 p.m. local time here in Gothenburg, as IFK now over the line. Captain Teemu Talberg slides across the slot, but to the far corner. It's picked up there by Michael Spacek, the Czech player for Frölunda Gothenburg. Finds the trailer at the point. That is Grönlund. Plays toward the front of the cage. It's loose, and now Gartzeg will spot but not cover. Reaching down, couldn't get a mitt on top of the puck. Stefan Elliott from the point, banks off the backboards. Picked up in deep by Johan Arvizu, the former French international. And the centering pass comes out and hits Talberg in the skates. He'll go off for a change as IFK pushes the puck onward. 17-14 left in this opening period. Lassie twists back behind his own net. And his outlet pass was deflected. Good intervention there. A nice forward pass. Far side over the line, Koivistonen. Pinching in deep, Juha Jaska. Number 51, Ronnie Hirvonen waiting in front of the net for a pass which might never come. Good hard fighting from Otto Painen near side corner as well. This 3rd IFK line turns the puck back to the point, but the shot deflected wide from Ronnie Ahonen. Ronnie Hirvonen again won that far side dasher. Painen centers, Hirvonen in front, he holds, but the body save by Tompkins. He held his positioning very well. And from the point, the puck through a forest of legs in the low slot. Might have come off Tompkins as well, but the first real chance in the game has fallen for the visitors. Tompkins into the trapezoid. Pushes far side. That pass will roll down the ice, but it was tipped on the way, so no icing. Coming pass from behind the net. Gartzeg, good save. Frölunda will pick up the puck, though. Turn behind the net for Joel Lundqvist, the ageless Frölunda captain. He lost the puck to Kotkensalo, then came free. A giveaway, and then the puck off the pipe. Gartzeg kicks it away, struggling to get back on his feet. So close to the first Frölunda goal there. Now Johansson. Philip Johansson to the front of the net, but off of his teammates. And that's Max Freeberg in the low slot. Then up top, played on by Johansson, but IFK sweeps to the near side dasher. 4.5 minutes gone. The temperature is starting to heat up in Frölundaborg. Touch there for Gartzeg. Able to clear was Duke. Patrick Carlson. 5 goals for IFK Helsinki in the CHL for Patrick Carlson. back in 2017. And his third spell now with Frölunda. Carlson, a couple of CHL crowns already. On the credit side of his personal ledger. And Schmaltz, center right, the pass forward to Jere Inala. He was upended and had to pick up Christian Folin. Sundström lost the puck in his own skates. Now Inala, he was tied up, stripped right back by Sundström. He's on the mark, drops off for Lash. Long passage of play here without a whistle. It's Lash. Touched on by Carl Henriksson. Gathered by Miro Karjalainen. 6'7" at Miro Karjalainen. And now the Canadian Stefan Elliott, Pyeongchang Olympian he was back in 2018. Karjalainen got a touch, then the attempted clearance by Talberg off the stick of Elliott. And the puck pops over the glass and out of play. Here's the shot off the post. Karteg floundering. And at the other end, the chance for Hirvonen. Look at the very smart goaltending there for Matt Tompkins. He stayed with his opposing number. And there was the stick. I think it was Spacek tied up. Spacek wins this, draw back to Johansson. Frölunda's high-octane offense once again, maybe with a chance, but now it's IFK coming the other way. It's Hirvonen, tried to center instead of going it alone, looking for Johan Motin, the defenseman. Jaska now near side, tried to feather toward the front of the nets. Return pass didn't get through, reaching, not grasping Tompkins. But Frölunda picks the puck up. And they turn the puck out to the red line. Touched on by Mats Risseli Olsen, the Norwegian Olympian, 2014 and 2018. NHL players will be back in Beijing in February, of course, so the players on the ice may be a little less likely to get additional Olympic nods, depending on what country you're from. Risseli Olsen may well would have been part of the Norwegian team if they'd qualified. They lost out to Denmark as the puck was out of play. And we'll take our first power break. Some good action, but no goals yet between Frölunda and IFK.
Hej, Elmer, kolla sista checken här. Vilken väg gick de här alltid ut? Vilken väg gick de här ut? Ja, då måste vi åka 100 för att stänga in dem. Ettan, vi kan gå mycket hårdare. Stäng in dem, se till att de inte får gå dit. Åker vi långsamt så, då går de varje gång. Hej, boys! Lite mer tålamod, komma ner, vrida, åka, sätta in den. Vi behöver inte bjuda på dem där. Snabbare hem, forward, stäng mitten så att vi får spelvändningarna. Okej? Okay?
The always talkative Roger Rönnberg in his 8th year as Frölunda head coach. 2 SHL and 4 CHL titles thus far. It's a club with only 5 SHL titles in its long history, dating back to 1944. 4 of those 5 titles this century, after the first back in 1965. Face-off draw won by IFK, trying to stem the always formidable and strong Frölunda tide. Maybe this will help. Parvinen played around the back of the net. Shifted to the point. Big save made by Tompkins. Might have seen that rather late. Puck flipped out as far as the IFK line. Center ice with it, Petteri Virtanen, the 4th line on the ice for IFK. But that possession didn't last long. Frölunda will counter. Near side, Simon Edvinsson, an 18-year-old defenseman. Number 6 overall draft pick in the summer in the NHL of the Detroit Red Wings was Edvinsson, but unsigned as yet by Detroit. 12.5 left in the first. That sharp angle shot deflected off of an IFK stick. Back over the glass. You see Anders Grunlund there. Defenseman who had 10 points in the previous CHL to this season, about 2 years ago when Frölunda made it to the final and won it in the Czech Republic at Mountfield HK. Hradec Králové. Frölunda just keeps reaching CHL finals. It's what they do. 5 out of the 6 Champions Hockey League finals since the competition was relaunched for the 2014-2015 season. Elliott plays just too far for Lundqvist as Freeberg gathers far corner. Lundqvist was tied up. Freeberg does well though, takes free back to your Lundqvist. Left point effort by Elliott, or rather by Grönlund. Didn't make it in front of the net, but Freeberg still buzzing around. Lundqvist, Lash lurking. Elliott pinching in deep. Alex Broadhurst in the way, and puck scoop near side to Inola. He's knocked down by Lundqvist. Still happy to throw his formidable frame around. 39 years old is Joel Lundqvist. Have to call them the defensive here though, as Olli Palola turns back to the point. Shoved on by Karjalainen and Koivistonen. To Koivistonen toward the front of the net and slid just wide. That was Palola crashing. Lash skating forward for Frölunda the other way. Lash tied up nicely by Palola. Good back checking by the 33-year-old Finn. Two-time Arne Honkavar trophy for most goals in the Finnish Liga. And as you see, off the ice has gone Tompkins. The late penalty forthcoming against IFK Helsinki. Spacek now gives away. Touched up by Jaska, but first power play of the night will go to Frölunda. And that is always a very dangerous state of affairs for their opponents, as it will be Palola into the sin bin. First penalty of the game for either team. See too much wrong there. That was the chance. Lola, the positive side of his game, but Frölunda 26.1% in the CHL on the power play this season, 48% in the SHL with the man advantage. That shot scooped just wide on the one-timer by Elmer Söderblom. He has racked up a few points on the power play recently in the SHL, has Söderblom. Puck play behind the net up top. Save made, the rebound loose, they score! Ryan Lash! Lurking side of the net, the puck falling kindly to Lash, his 30th career Champions Hockey League goal. 1-0 for Frölunda. Lash started the maneuver from behind the net. Joel Lundqvist taking up so much oxygen in front of Garteg. Rebound fell kindly to Lundqvist, touched along to Lash, and Lash lit the lamp again in the Champions Hockey League. Sweet Caroline echoing across the Frölundaborg rafters for Ryan Lash. 97 career Champions Hockey League points now for Lash. Two-time goal scorer in CHL finals. His resume is long and terribly impressive. And he has added another small notch to his belt here tonight already. Back to the point, Pauline swatting wide of the net. And past the halfway mark of this first period. Frölunda in the catbird seat. They only need 1 point to secure another last 16 berth in the CHL, but 3-point win tonight would clinch first place and probably an easier round of 16 draw when the balls come out of the hats on Friday lunchtime. That's when the knockout stage draw will be held. More details of that presently as Frölunda jumps in deep for Carl Henriksen to chase. He wound up on his backside. The puck behind the net, Russell Olsen. Runs to Elliott, plays through the blue paint. Puck picked up by Inola. He's got men forward, but the puck quite a little bit too far. No icing. Duke in the corner, number 54 for IFK. Puts back to the point. Hook Gonzalo. Frölunda happy just to divert the puck to the near side wall. Grönlund around far side. Puck gathered by Henriksen. Give and go with Russell Olsen, didn't quite come off, but the Norwegian still batters his way out to center. IFK's got plenty of skill in their squad, but they've just had difficulty unlocking it recently. Last year's second-place team in the Liga, that looked offside. It will be delayed offside as Olsen out to center. On to Mershak. Mershak behind the nets. Friberg was holding his ground as in comes the defenseman Philip Johansson. Lundqvist beaten out by Jordan Schmaltz. Clearance to the red line, no farther. Johansson, 21-year-old defenseman, plays like a much older player in a good way. As Kotkensalo near corner for IFK. Not past Lundberg at the right points. Friberg nearly taken down, but stayed on his feet despite Kotkensalo's intervention. Thinking about coming in front, Lundqvist, but now holds. Very patiently done. Folin behind the net. Folin in front, shoots, he scores! The defenseman Christian Folin, the former NHL player, tricked his way into the low slot. Nobody picked him up. And he beat Garteg to make it 2-0 for Frölunda. Long distance give and go there with, I think it was Lundqvist. Folin behind Kotkensalo. Actually, Lundqvist dropped the puck off. He'll get the secondary assist. The primary helper picked up, was it Nicholas Lassu maybe? Either way, 2-0 for Frölunda. And this already looks like it could be a long night for the Finnish visitors. He was actually lashed behind the net, by the way, so another assist for him in the CHL. He might get to his 100 points tonight. Lash from Lundqvist and Jens Olsen, the first goal. 2 minutes 58 seconds later, the second goal for Folin from Lash and Lundqvist. So 2 assists on the night for Lundqvist, the second leading all-time CHL point scorer. He's gotten all of his Champions Hockey League points with Frölunda, but a chance here to counter for Miro Vannanen, who shoots, missing near side. Not sure if that grazed off the edge of Tompkins, but that was better chance than Vannanen's effort. Ultimately made it look. 6.5 minutes left in the first period. Penetration by Söderblom. Holds well, spinning near side corner. We're seeing the best that Frölunda has to offer in their offensive game tonight already. Players happy to trade positions, forward and defense. Very fluid attack. Always buzzing around, no static play in the enemy zone as Johansson up top. Shooting again, pads together for Garteg. He will already feel under assault in this game thus far. 7 shots to 2 for Frölunda at this stage of the game. Spacek's weak entry pass was picked off. Nice bump at the other end though by Edvinsson. 6'5" at age 18 is Edvinsson. One of his physical attributes making such a great NHL prospect. With that centering pass, never got through to Russell Olsen. Edvinsson shoots, and off the side of the net. Looked like it had gone in momentarily. The puck stays there. Russell Olsen tries to retrieve it. Unable to hold Kotkensalo. Left point, another effort, skitters wide and out of play. Off the deflection. Time to catch our breath as Frölunda forcing IFK to catch theirs. 2-0 for the Swedes in the first.
Pitää mennä syviin asti, nyt kääntynyt vähän liian usein. Selkeämpi peli viivo. Little bit more on those lines, winning those lines, it's okay. Etu.
There you see the chance for Miro Väinänen, 22-year-old forward who had one of IFK's 2 goals at the weekend in that 5-2 loss at HPK. There you see how close Frölunda came to making it 3-0. IFK Helsinki only once, despite their great pedigree, only once have they ever qualified for a CHL knockout stage. That was all the way back in 2014. Guess who they lost to in the quarterfinals? Yep, it was Frölunda Gothenburg. 6-5 on aggregate. He did actually reach a couple of other CHL knockout stages and lost at the first attempt. That first season, the only year that they actually won a CHL knockout stage round. But knocked out in the group stage in 2017-2018. Didn't even qualify for the most recent CHL. Trying to get back amongst the European elite, as that was miscontrolled by Alvitu. Get the pass back from Schmaltz. Puck slid down the ice. Elliott beats Talberg to the puck. Lash trying to touch and go at center ice, but Karjalainen in the way. There's Jaska. Jaska over the blue line. The puck diverted out to center. Nice drop pass there from Sundstrom. Lash toward the net, and now Garteg will spot and flop on top of the puck. As again you see 5'7" Ryan Lash seems to be everywhere in the attacking zone for Frölunda at times. He's well traveled. He's had several different Frölunda experiences. He's scored CHL points for SC Bern and TPS Turku as well as Frölunda. Actually played with ZSC Zurich last year after starting the season with the Pelicans and Lahti in the Finnish Liga. But like Swallows to San Juan Capistrano, Lash seems to keep finding a way back to Gothenburg, as they're offside on the play was Stefan Milosevic. Or rather, it was Philip Johansson. Lasu not spotting Johansson. He brought the puck in an offside position. Rickard Nielsen and Gustav Jansson are 2 linesmen here tonight, by the way, as Lasu sort of winning that face-off draw back to Folin. Edvinsson lost possession. Puck cleared beyond Sebastian Duke down the ice. Here's Lasu near corner. Lasu mentioned the foot injury he'd been out with. He returned to action on Saturday at Djurgårdens and promptly had a goal and an assist for Frölunda. Söderblom turns smartly in that far corner. Shoveled too far for Tero Niederbach, but Folin at the right point. And back far side Edvinsson. Back and forth the puck goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. As Söderblom tied up. Kotkansalo knocked down. Lasu, 2 minutes 49 seconds left in the first period. Alex Broadhurst turns backwards. See how little space IFK has to operate in their own end, but now maybe something can happen. Outlet pass to Inola. Inola shoots, deflected off of Folin, and the puck nearly came out in front. Briefly tied up by Tompkins before releasing. Henriksen miscontrolled off the referee, but now Folin can try again. Space near side for Lasu. Plays the pass forward and goes to the bench for a change. Edvinsson, manhandled by Karjalainen. That big unit, he's big enough to swallow up anyone in that far side corner. Dangerous pass there to Hirvonen. Not past the IFK line just yet. Spacek tries to stop and turn in the corner. Fancy pass towards Russell Olsen, didn't get to him. Then a shot from the point by Grönlund. Tompkins putting glove and blocker up. Elliott drops off for Spacek. Tries to drag back, but That was read nicely to Pajanen. Good pass. Ooh, can't quite center Hirvonen. Looking for Jaska. Still IFK with a chance. Sharp ankle shot off the body of Tompkins. Now Pajanen back toward the left point. Alvitu shovels toward the net, but Frölunda stick in the way. And here's Henriksen with only 75 seconds left in the period. Elliott clears to center ice. Lundqvist just onside alongside Mershak. Interception made Alvitu, but the giveaway, now the chance, great save made, rebound loose. Suddenly Frölunda looked a near certainty to make it 3-0. Might have been Mershak in front. Want to see the replay, who had the chance. This Mershak, Lundqvist, and Freeberg line on the ice. You see the leather flash by Garteg on that save there. The giveaway, it was Mershak. Close quarter stick handling. Garteg read it well. And that could have been the icing on the first period of Frölunda cake, if you will. And you see the long distance save made by Garteg. IFK will probably be happy to get into that first intermission, trailing only 2-0. Colleen, good touch to the far corner in his own zone. Outlet pass. Edvinsson was in good position there, but the touch from Carlson didn't get to him. Jaska onto the neutral zone and beyond. And that'll go for an icing infraction with exactly 11 seconds remaining on the first period clock. Just got to weather the storm and hope that the floodgates can be closed again. Let's Frölunda maybe punch themselves out offensively a little bit. Not that it quite works like that in this sport, but can't keep up this dominance for 60 minutes, you would think. As with 8.5 seconds left, face-off draw will be retaken. Roger Rönnberg, always stern on the Frölunda bench, but has to be very happy with proceedings here thus far. Draw lost out by Carlson. Frölunda to the safety of the near side boards. And the clock runs out. On the opening period, the buzzer sounds. And a little bit of a scuffle after the whistle. Patrick Carlson renewing acquaintances with some of his former teammates, perhaps. As Christian Folin, the second goal scorer in that first period, you saw him on the bench, as suddenly it's Sundström up close and personal with Mickey Max Austin. Unusual view with our ringside cameraman thinking that nothing like this was about to happen.
Hey guys, okay, let it go now, okay? It's easier if you want to play. Hey, wait.
Austin, who scored in the 3-2 loss for IFK last week in Helsinki against Frölunda. Not had any great offensive chances in that first period, trying to get a little bit of frustration out perhaps. We might have a couple of matching minors here at the end of the period, as a little bit of a stare down between IFK players and the Frölunda skaters before they go their respective ways. Maybe that'll augur a fight back for IFK in the second period, but for now, we go to the first intermission. Our score, Frölunda Gothenburg 2, IFK Helsinki 0.
Etu. Etu.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the Frölunda Stadion. For the start of the second period here in this Group B finale between Frölunda Gothenburg and IFK Helsinki. The visiting skaters coming back out onto the ice first here to a few boos following that fighting incident between Mickey Max Austin and Johan Sundström at the end of the first period. Double minors for fighting given to each skater, so they will match, and we will begin the second period with 5 skaters aside. A one-sided first period, 11 shots to 4 for Frölunda. And the 2 goals, first the power play tally from Ryan Lash, from Lundqvist and Olsen, and Christian Folin, the defenseman, from Lash and Lundqvist. 9:37 and 12:35 the times of the 2 goals. So you see Ryan Lash again, 2 points away from a CHL century. Up-to-date stats, 30 goals, 68 assists, 98 points. And that his first goal of the season in the CHL for Ryan Lash. He has 2 goals and 11 assists in the SHL this season. Just the 1 game without a point in the Swedish league. He had an assist on Saturday night at Djurgården's, a power play goal on Thursday against Färjestad here in Frölunda's other stadium in Gothenburg, their main arena for domestic games, the Scandinavium. Building is downtown. This arena more in the suburbs, a little bit tougher for fans to get to. That's one of the reasons their CHL attendances have tended to be a little bit on the low side in previous seasons. But the fans who have made it here tonight will be very happy with the performance they've seen thus far. And let's see if IFK Helsinki can do to Frölunda what Frölunda did to them last week, rallying from a deficit to snatch the victory. Frölunda has previously in this group, and indeed in this building, led a game by multiple goals and frittered away the lead. That was the game day 4 contest against ZSA Zurich. They did eventually win in overtime on the second Mats Russell-Olsen goal of the night, but they led Zurich 3-1 and were pegged back to 3-3. So there is precedent. IFK, the swipe shots trickling in front to Tompkins, who takes no chances and covers up. Tompkins, certainly better performances in goal than his teammate Nicholas Rubin this far this year. Not so much in the CHL, certainly in the SHL, where Tompkins 1.82 goals against average, 934 save percentage, very good. Rubin 3.44 goals against and an 870 save percentage, not so hot to trot. It's Frölunda there for his foray in front of the net, and a save made on Spacek at close quarters from Garteg. IFK trying to counter quickly, but the shot from Inala is gloved down by Tompkins. You see the penetration from Elliott, the dish in front. Almost seemed easier to score than not there for Spacek. 2 goals and an assist on game day 3 against Milata Boleslav did Spacek. The game-winning goal against Timrå in the SHL back on the 2nd of October. And his most recent goal in all competitions. As Frölunda chips and chases. Johansson couldn't quite get to it. Lundqvist back up at the blue line. Now he moves in deep, but the puck rolls to Talberg, 30-year-old captain of IFK Helsinki. Blind swat, nearly connected with a teammate there for IFK at center ice. Palola unable to pounce, and now back goes Kotkansalo for IFK. Drops off for Talberg. Talberg maneuvering forward nicely. Weak shot though. Intercepted, and Frölunda the quick counterattack. A little stop and go maneuver there, Lash, but he was out physical on that occasion. Carlson touches for Lash, the return. The streaking teammate as Carlson tried to go it alone. And the puck just over the glass into the mesh and out of play. Patrick Carlson had been having a relatively quiet CHL until the game between these two teams last week. 2 goals and an assist. And they were, well, the first goal in particular was highlight reel stuff. Splitting a couple of defensemen. Getting the goal past Garteg. The second goal, shot off the inside of the post, right back to Carlson for a tap-in. It's behind the cage, a little away from Linus Nasayan. Would have been his first touch of the puck here tonight. Spolin plays forward, but returned back to the 30-year-old Swede with interest. Former Frölunda youth player Christian Folin, but this is his first season with the senior club. He was part of the title-winning team down to the south with Vekwa Lakers last season. As chance here for Lash, but stripped after the feed from Carlson. Just couldn't quite pull the trigger. Again, Lash 2 points away from what could be an untouchable CHL milestone. Soderblom trying to slide in front, and now players tangling in the slot. We've seen a slashing call indicated by referee Christopher Holm, and it will be a second penalty of the night. And IFK, that is Hirvonen going to the penalty box, the 19-year-old Arani Hirvonen. Again, tough to spot what the infraction was there. Second non-matching penalty, I should say, with Austin next to Hirvonen in the Helsinki sin bin. So can Frölunda take advantage and take what might look like an unassailable lead here? Soderblom. Lash near corner. Lundqvist camping out in front as Spacek holds. Lash. Patiently waiting, shooting! Deflected wide. And it comes all the way back out to center ice. Still, it's only 30 seconds of the power play over. Lash's entry pass. And this is Lundqvist, and the softer clearance all the way down to Tompkins. And Olsen will start things up. Leaves off for Spacek. He's forced to turn by Koivistonen. IFK can't snatch the odd shorthanded goal, so watch out for that possibility. It's exactly what they need right now. Is another clearance affected. That's half of the penalty over to Hirvonen. Söderblom eventually frees up some space for himself. Söderblom trying to trick his way in front on a solo move, but leaves off in the corner for Mershak. Söderblom drops off for Niederbach behind the net. Lash, his favorite spot in that left faceoff ring. Mershak to the right point. Elliott in deep to Niederbach. Now on the ice, Carlson. Freeberg in the high slot. That goes behind the net to Niederbach. In the slot, the shot into the body of Garteg. Good effort from Max Freeberg. He was in the right position. Just couldn't quite find one of the corners of the net. Garteg doing well not to give up a rebound. It's the last chance. Just grazed the outside of the post, maybe. He can't stay on the ice for too long, Lash. He can get worn down with physical play in the stacked blue line core. But even in the ice time he's had this far tonight, he has made a real impact on Frölunda's chances of advancing to another CHL knockout stage. That's it for the power play. Hirvonen back on the ice. 15-14 left in the second period. That was a must-kill for IFK. Another puck dropped at the side of the net by Garteg. Michael Garteg played his hockey last season with ERC Ingolstadt in the German DEL. Former CHL player with Tappara Tampere back in the 2019-2020 season. Tappara, by the way, now trailing 2-1 on home ice against Skellefteå. That would lock up Skellefteå's last 16 berth and give them first place in the group as well. That's what Tappara is trying to avoid. IFK coming forward, but the puck stripped. Lasu looking the other way for Henriksen. He was outplayed by Inala. Broadhurst finds the trailer. Chance developing. The shot. Save made. Rebound loose. And Tompkins looked uncertain, but the second shot never came. That was better from IFK Helsinki. And the blast from the point by Schmaltz. Trailing the play and coming into action. V2's effort. That's fisted away almost by Tompkins with the blocker. A couple of quick fire shots for Helsinki. They need more than that. But it is a start. Over the line here. Shot from a very sharp angle. Popped up in the air and down again. Well worked by Edinson across the Ferline. Long pass eventually pushed on. And taken below the goal line by Schmaltz. Palola, good pass center ice. Cutting toward the net was Koivistonen. Mershak now picks up behind his net with 13:38 left in the second period. A long skate from Mershak before the cross-corner dumping. Back to it, Talberg. Slid along for Jaska. And Lash can't fetch. Neither can Sundstrom turn the puck into a dangerous spot, but IFK just furthering possession away again. Close quarters change though. That was in danger of being too many men on the ice against IFK, but here's Sundstrom in right wing. Goes back to the point and Elliott. Elliott banks off the backboards. Plenty of Frölunda skaters around as Lash up top for Grönlund. Turnaround effort, missing the target Sundstrom. Not out of harm's way yet. It's Lash. Carlson tries to free his stick up for a shot. Instead, up the other end of the ice. IFK, chance here for Cook Kinsella. The shot, though, knocked down. Duke to the point. Cook Kinsella again from distance, and that puck just goes up over the glass. And the buzzer sounds to indicate the first power break of the second period. Still 2-0 on the scoreboard. Frölunda leading IFK Helsinki.
Det finns en penna på. Hej! Hej! Alla forwards, kolla här då. Det de väntar på, det är de här puckarna vi är bort. Vi behöver inte överspela en jävla puck hela. Ner, nöt. Get every puck down deep, okay? Don't overplay the puck on the entries, blue line. We're coming back in the zone, boys. Hey, hey! We don't block a single fucking shot with play 4 anymore. We need to come back. Don't over back check with play 4 and 5. If they make the quick turn here, you gotta own your D here. Come on. If they make the play, eat the puck. So make sure we're fucking in the system and winning the inside. Let's go. We got here. Let's go. Come on, boys.
Apologies for one or two F-bombs there during that power break by Roger Bernberg. See some of the IFK chances that have been coming. Jordan Schmaltz played his first CHL game last week and scored one of IFK's 2 goals. Chance here for Schmaltz again off the face-off win, but Tompkins the body save. The defenseman Schmaltz looking as likely as anyone for IFK Helsinki to get on the scoreboard right now. Far corner, it's Austin, the other scorer last week in Helsinki against Frölunda. Long effort from Alvitu, trickled into the shot, but no further. Niederbach can't penetrate IFK zone. Alvitu drags back to Schmaltz. 5 points in 11 Liga games in Finland for Jordan Schmaltz. Making his European debut this year. He was former first-round draft pick of the St. Louis Blues. 42 games in the NHL with St. Louis. Played last year with the Tucson Roadrunners in the American Hockey League, but happy to be in Helsinki as that forward pass ticked on by Inala. Racing in against Johansson, supported by Duke. Inala centers, but nobody home, and puck beats Mikko Luotso at the left point, the spare defenseman tonight for IFK Helsinki. Shoved on backhandedly by Sebastian Duke. Surname spelled D-Y-K, but that is the Swedish pronunciation, I believe. Duke. Over the corner, just away from Duke. And Frölunda on the charge. Right wing Wesley Olsen pulls up away from Alvitu. Puck falls kindly in the slot for Carl Henriksson, but more good glove work there from Garteg. Keeping the score at just 2-0 for Frölunda. See, it was an attempted shot from the point. The stick shattered, and it nearly turned into a perfect pass for Henriksson. Garteg able to make the save. You see the efforts off the face-off win at the other end from Schmaltz. 253 American Hockey League games played in the 28-year-old Jordan Schmaltz's career thus far. Might still have hopes of making it to the show in the NHL in future seasons. But you're a slightly bigger fish in a smaller pond over here in some European leagues. As the puck rolls into the corner near side. Seal affected. Milosevic, I think that is in the corner. Lundqvist again flinging his body weight around, but backtracking with Grunlands for Frölunda. Stefan Milosevic, the 17-year-old defenseman for Frölunda, who dressed last week but didn't get on the ice. Always a little bit demoralizing to go through all the pre-game routines and get ready to play and then not actually be selected for even a single shift. Vaninen battled for the puck there, shoved down on target, so Garteg left off for Schmaltz. IFK bouncing puck to the Frölunda line, but no further. Now in right wing. Vaninen trying to get the better of Grönlund. Jasper now accidentally knocks Carlson in the helmet, but no harm, no foul. Elliott onto the red line, picked up there by Otto Karvinen for IFK as we have passed the halfway mark of the second period. San Jose Zurich will be very happy with this scoreline to some extent. Would secure their place in the CHL last 16, even without any effort of their own tonight against Milano Boleslav. Game will be starting just over half an hour from now. Getting the early goals in that game in the third period, we will let you know. Big hit there in front of the Frölunda bench, knocking Johan Motin nearly over the bench, over the wall into the bench. As now Vincent picks up. Vincent, feathered pass, but slid gently wide by Spacek. Here's Söderblom, but he's knocked down. Kotkansalo helps IFK escape their zone. Just trying to make a change. Apart from the onrushing Broadhurst. Inola does well. Broadhurst behind the net. Good effort here as Inola's shot went to the far corner. Left point Karjalainen. IFK still with attack zone possession here. Inola. Near side wall. Back up top for the hard-skating Broadhurst. And there's Karjalainen again. Inola in the trapezoid tried to center, but still holds. That shot fired wide. Schmaltz at the left point. There he is again. Dropping off now. Back to Karjalainen. Wrist shot. That was past Tompkins, looking behind himself for the puck again over those rather short glass panes at that end of the rink. So still 2-0 for Frölunda. We'll take a quick break.
Nyt nälkää päättäväisyyttä, hei sinne niin laukauksiin maalille. Maskit, come on boys.
Ville Peltonen, the
Etutale,
long-time NHL skater. 382 games played with San Jose Sharks, Nashville Predators, and Florida Panthers. He'll be pleased that his team in the second period, they are out shooting Frölunda 9-4. Big change from the opening period, as you see Elmer Söderblom, 6'8" of him. That was the hit by Lassu, which, as I said, nearly knocked Johan Motin into the Frölunda bench. They're opening off the ice. It's not a penalty. Maybe just needs some medical attention. That's not good news for IFK Helsinki. See what Frölunda can do on this rush forward. Freeberg toward the front of the net, but puck picked off. IFK the other way. Shot not pulled off by Palola there. Olli Palola committed the slashing penalty that almost immediately led to the first Frölunda goal. The power play tally by Lashback in the first. Did have one good offensive chance in the opening period, did Palola, but since then, it's been a frustrating night for him and the rest of the Helsinki forwards for the most part. Offside the call there. Quick look at the CHL scoreboard tonight. The meaningful games first. Skellefteå still 2-1 up at Tampere. Not good news for HC Lugano there. CHL Group E. Beckwell Lakers a 2-0 lead halfway home against TPS Turku. They're doing what they need to do. They get that 3-point win. Only a 2-point win by Sparta Prague would deny them a place in the next stage, or rather by Penguins Bremerhaven. Penguins, if they get a 2-point win, they and Sparta would both finish on 11 points, and Beckwell could get no more than 10. So the scoreboard here for this Frölunda rush is Henriksen's pass eventually picked up far corner by Wesley Olsen. Inside the last 6 minutes of this second period. Below the goal line, Spacek in front, and a save made by Gardseg, trapping his legs together to deny the Norwegian. Well, it could have been his 16th career CHL goal. Quite amazing, really. You look at the all-time CHL scorers, scoring tables of the top 15 on the list. 5 of them currently play for Frölunda, and 2 others formerly did. With the lion's share of their points with the Gothenburg club. Behind the net, it's that man Ryan Lash again. From the point, the shot by Folin. Hit off the leg in the low slot. Virtanen tops behind his net. For Jaska to pass forward. Karvinen. Bouncing puck scooped along the ice and up by Tompkins. As again, Austin looking a little aggrieved. As you look at Matt Tompkins, the other scores in the CHL tonight, Jestrebia, the reigning Polish champions, with a 4-1 lead in Norway against Frisk Asker. So the Poles trying to get their second CHL win, both of the season and in their franchise existence. No goals yet in Bremerhaven. The Fishtown Penguins 0-0 and alongside Sparta Prague. Beckwell will be rooting for lots of goals in that game by one team or the other to secure their place. The former CHL finalists. And they lost to Jyp Jyväskylä on home ice. That was back in 2018, I believe. Face-off draw won by IFK, but back to the neutral zone. You are all caught up today with the CHL scores tonight. 9 games today, 7 more games tomorrow, and then Friday at noon Central European time, the knockout stage draw in full. As IFK just offside there. The draw on Friday will be streamed live across all the CHL digital platforms. It will determine each team's position in the playoff tree all the way through to the final. It will be conducted by CHL CEO Martin Baumann and Martin Gerber, the former Swiss national team player and Stanley Cup winner. He will be joined remotely by KAC Klagenfurt's Thomas Koch and the head coach of Leksands, the Swedish debutants in the SHL, Björn Hellqvist. And please do join us for that on Friday. Find out where your team, all the other teams across Europe, might be playing on their road to the final on the 1st of March. So, first March final in CHL history, with the Olympic break being observed across European leagues and indeed in the CHL. Frölunda fans have not really had anything to be upset about tonight, apart from maybe 1 or 2 physical incidents in the game. Frölunda just needs a single point to clinch their place in the last 16 again. Accomplish that feat every single Champions Hockey League season. That shot coming in. Stick save made by Gartseg, and another chance gobbled up by the Canadian goalie of IFK Helsinki. Drop pass from Freeberg, setting up the shots. It was Mershak. Vinson, again, giving a very good account of himself. The bronze medalist at the under-18 World Junior Championships back in May. Vinson of Sweden. Left point he shoots. That was awkward for Garteg to fend off. Touch from Wesley Olsen. Good steal there below the goal line. Frees up Kotkansalo to pick the puck up. Ooh, nearly gives away to Henriksen, but can dodge that bullet. Wesley Olsen able to turn the puck to the near side boards. And Vinson bumped down. Painen picking up in his own ends. Trying to maneuver forward for Jaska, but taken back and testing Garteg there was Johan Sundström, the former New York Islander. He might be interested to see what happens in the Olympics next year, given he played some club hockey with Kunlun Red Star, the one Chinese team in the Continental Hockey League, the KHL, mostly Russian teams there. Sundström had a very solid CHL 2 years ago. 4 goals, 5 assists. En route to Frölunda's 4th European crown. Just behind the net. Just losing that was Austin. Frölunda again on the march forward. Just getting a touch guard set. Back to the corner. Now moved up toward the blue line. To a side day battle. Carlson digging free, nipping at the heels of Austin almost literally. And Sundström comes away with the puck at the red line. Cross corner dump in. IFK clears, but a little bit too firmly. That'll not be icing, just been waved off at the last moment. So here comes Stefan Elliott. Elliott far corner, sealed by Inala. 2 IFK players down to the ice. Up with it is Söderblom. Drops off to the right point. The effort from Elliott is deflected up over the glass. Stefan Elliott, his first CHL campaign this year. Spent a couple of years in the KHL, most recently with Dynamo Minsk. One previous season with HV71 in the SHL. The Jönköping club relegated from the top flight of Swedish ice hockey this season. For this season, I should say, as Vananen pinches the face-off draw. Penetrates the Frölunda zone, but the weak backhand from Kotkansalo easily grasped by Garteg. Garteg, former Quinnipiac collegiate player in the American college system, the Hamden, Connecticut college. Just mentioned because it was a town I lived in briefly when I was an intern with Golf Digest magazine back in the day. That puck fluttering wide off the twig of Kotkansalo again from the point. Twisting behind the net, trying to center from a tough angle there was Broadhurst. Puck up top was salvaged. Duke lost out in that right face-off circle, and Frölunda to the neutral zone and beyond. There goes Lundqvist, racing for impact with Ahonen. Right point, puck off the backboards. Inside the final 2 minutes of the second period, no goals in it yet. IFK has at least stopped the bleeding, but they are no closer to getting back into this game, you feel. Shot from the right point by Johansson goes wide. And the left point, Jens Olsen. And an assist on the Ryan Lash power play goal to open the scoring back in the first. Good Olsen. Salvaged by Johansson, right point, into the trapezoid. Ooh, Garteg didn't realize that Wesley Olsen was right behind him, or rather Henriksen. Duke now drops the puck off, and return comes into the Frölunda zone. And Olsen plays forward to Mikhail Spacek. dumps slowly in. Ahonen trying to pivot in the corner. Spacek forces him backward again. And the interception made by Risley Olsen. He plays to the right point. Elliott on to Grunland. Back to Elliott. Then the one-time shot from the right point. Held to the chest of Garte. The shot taken by Max Risley Olsen. Risley Olsen, a Frölunda player since January 2012. Had an assist on the Niklas Lasu game-winning goal in overtime against Sparta Prague in the 2017 final of the Champions Hockey League. Just the 16 points last season for Frölunda for Risley Olsen. Missed the first 2 games of the CHL this year on Olympic qualifying duty with Norway, and successfully this time. And Denmark getting a rare Olympic berth. Lash pushed by Schmaltz. And here's Carlson. Much quieter game for him thus far this week than last. As Lash, nifty stick handling. But can't get a pass out from behind the net with 9 seconds left on the clock. Frölunda forced back to center. Sundstrom held up. Puck's going to tick down and the buzzer goes. Just as Polola got into a shooting position in the Frölunda zone. 21-16 shots on goal through 2 periods for Frölunda. 2-0 for Frölunda where it matters on the scoreboard. And they are 20 minutes away from that eagerly sought berth in the CHL knockout stage. We will break for the second intermission here at the Frölundaborg Ice Stadion. Frölunda, the 2-0 lead on IFK, Helsinki's knockout stage hopes, hanging by the slenderest of threads right now. IFK Helsinki skaters back onto the ice surface at the Frölunda Ice Stadion for their final roll of the CHL dice this season, perhaps. Frölunda Gothenburg, the 2-0 lead after 40 minutes on home ice. And IFK must get at least 2 points from this game, and probably all 3, if they want to have any chance of staying alive into the CHL knockout stage. Frölunda starting tonight on 11 points. ZSC Zurich of Switzerland on 10 points here in Group B. IFK Helsinki on 8 points. IFK would win a tie with ZSC Zurich if they both finish on 10 points. If there's an 11-point tie, which is possible if IFK should rally to win this game in regulation, and ZSA should get a single point at home against Vlada Boleslav tonight. The tie would be broken first ZSA, second IFK, third Frölunda. And that is the only way, just about, that Frölunda could be kicked out of the competition tonight if they get blanked and ZSA should advance with a single point. Anyway, if IFK, there's other math involved, but the point is IFK needs at least 3 goals in this third period. Well, at least 2, and probably at least 3. Let's see what happens. And a better second period. They've got to keep ramping up the intensity. Start getting some shots on goal, not at that end, but at the other end, as Garteg forced into a quick save, converting the puck up over the glass. IFK Helsinki has played a lot of low-scoring CHL games this year. 3-0 win at ZSC Zurich, 2-1 overtime win at Mlada Boleslav. 2-0 home ice loss to ZSC. A 2-1 home win against Mlada Boleslav. Then the 3-2 last week against Frölunda, the highest scoring game of the lot. They have not scored a lot of goals recently, just 4 in their last 3 games between the loss to Frölunda last week and the 2 domestic games in the Liga at the weekend. As Oestin passed just away from him. Mershak digging. Can't free it up. Kokinsella though lost out after a clash of sticks. And Vinson puts the puck into the near side corner. Duke goes backwards. It's Kokinsella tied up. Here's Lash. Lash beats Carlson. Carlson off the side of the cage. Lash now. Can't trick his way into the slot, but the puck falls kindly for Grunland. Drops off in deep for Sundstrom. Now Grunland, the slow motion pass, eventually gets home. And the look for Carlson in the slots. Good interception there by HIFK. Nice turn by Inola. Finds the trailer, but that good shooting opportunity was wasted by Karjalainen. Oh, that was very disappointing if you're an IFK fan, I'm sure. Going to center ice, Henriksen's pass, gloved down by Spacek. On for Carl Henriksen again, but there's Karjalainen. Karjalainen takes the return pass. Shuffles onward, but Koivistonen can't get there. And Talberg the turn. Jumping in, but picked up by Philip Johansson. Johansson and Olsen. They lose that. Now Alvitu left point. Over to Schmaltz. Schmaltz toward the net, but that whistled high and wide. Koivistonen. Again, Schmaltz, weak shot. Might turn into a pass. And battle is on with Talberg. And a black hole forming behind the goal line. Center of gravity taken to the puck, and then that was a good shot by Schmaltz, but Tompkins again in the way. Another effort, that one goes wide. LV2 picks up left point. Sharp turn and shot by Talberg, but nothing beating Matt Tompkins yet in this game. Frölunda continues to hold that 2-0 advantage. Just underway in Zurich, by the way. No goals yet between ZSC and Mlada Boleslav. Fribourg, Gothenburg, and Leksands underway. That will likely be a Group F first place finish for Fribourg, and Leksands already through in second, guaranteed. If they win by 4 or more goals tonight, they could turn it around and snatch first from Fribourg potentially. Shot from Lewotsu doesn't get through. And then icing the call against Frölunda. Very rare infraction by them tonight. See Linus Nisayan there. 21-year-old forward. Bit part player in this Frölunda squad for the most part. Has played in all 5 of Frölunda's CHL games this year, but not too much ice time on the whole. Centering pass comes through the slot, and now a whistle. Do we have the first IFK power play forthcoming? It's Johan Motin. Looks as though he's been sticked some part of his anatomy. Crowd clapping as he goes off the ice, but I don't think the Frölunda player is going to go off the ice with him. You see the contact here. That's perfectly fair with Nisayan. Johan Motin. 7 years in the SHL for the Swedish Motin with Färjestad and Örebro. Referees just want to check and see that this was illegal contact. Again, it seems incidental really, that bump. Crowd whistling as though the referees have spotted something. One more chance to look at the collision again here with Nisayan. Keeps his skates on the ice. Was there a little slash behind? I couldn't really see it so much from this angle, but was there a turnaround with, or was it with the butt of the stick of Nisayan? Verdicts will be rendered. Decision. Maybe that there is no decision. Or is it? Roger Rönnberg looks incredulous, so I think that does mean that they have found something to send Nisayan to the penalty box. That is pretty harsh. The two Swedish referees giving more bulletin board material to Roger Rönnberg. He barely needs it. He's had plenty of referee calls go against Frölunda in this CHL Group E this season. Four minutes in penalties dished out to Nisayan, so IFK wants back into this game. Now is the time. They have not had a good power play this season. 28th in power play percentage of the 32 teams in the CHL, only 8.3%. Not much better in the Finnish Liga either, but they have a chance. They could score 2 power play goals here maybe as the crowd hoots and hollers as Schmaltz drops off. Good passing to the front of the net, but no shot released. Good stick work by the Frölunda defense. And Schmaltz forced to retreat. Schmaltz dumped down. And real risk of another penalty being picked up, but Lassu in possession. That is literally the last thing that Frölunda would want right now. It's 5-on-3 time for Helsinki. And Schmaltz, he will skate out of his own zone, drops the pass off. Comes near side, but offside at the line. That was sloppy. Broadhurst had a steam, but didn't pick the puck up on his way forward. Off the ice goes Broadhurst, the joint leading scorer in the Liga last season for IFK Helsinki, and they then finished second in the Finnish domestic league. 7 goals, 28 assists for Broadhurst, but he's off the ice now as Alvitu dumps in. Elliott's bumped by Pajanen. Close quarters passing now. Frölunda back to the point. IFK, the shot off the backboards from Kotkensalo. Hellberg turns around. Nobody in this near corner, but Bergvistinen will get there. Turns up top to Kotkensalo. Touch back to Kotkensalo, but too firmly. Couldn't control it cleanly. Still, IFK back forward to Alvitu. He's impeded by Grönlund. Now, Bergvistinen, the shot was along the ice. Pretty simple save for Tompkins to make, but make it he did. And the first of the double minor penalties just about over to Linus Nisayan. Veli Peltonen, his team still has a little bit of time. Not quite panic stations yet, but surely they've got to get something cooking on this power play chance. Back to the neutral zone. That is the first of the 2 minor penalties over. Broadhurst back for another shift. Touches onward, but forced back again, IFK. Frölunda, a middling penalty kill unit, both in the CHL and the SHL this season thus far. Inola forward left wing. Tried to dump the puck past Mershak, but couldn't do so. But Looks out, Broadhurst centers, and that will lead to the net being knocked off its moorings, and now Missily Olsen just makes it clear that the net was loose, pushing it further away. The centering pass, Missily Olsen just blew a tire, and that was collateral damage. Just drawing the referee's attention there, not any infraction or penalty or anything like that. Draw will stay at this end once they fix the net back in place, that is. Nothing that a drill can't fix, we hope. I'm just old enough to remember the bad old days when the nets were still firmly fixed to the ice and they wouldn't give away like that after a collision. Modern technology has improved sport in so many ways. As face-off draw stays in the dot and just back to the right point. Polola tried to pinch, but maybe went a little bit too far forward. In the end, Frölunda clears. Down to 1:09 remaining in the double minor penalties to Linus Nissan. Just can't get any passing working. The Finns in the Swedish end of the ice. Broadhurst lucky to have the puck this far forward right now. Turns up top to the point. Inola plays catch. One timer from Duke misses. That was a golden opportunity. Got to take those chances. As Inola, Duke again waiting in the low slot. Instead they go to the right side, and that shot from Schmaltz held on to by Tompkins. Good potential news, by the way, from Zurich as Milata Boleslav taking the early 1-0 lead. Goal scored by Adam Raska for the Czechs. But even as I speak, ZSA have equalized, so it's one apiece. 6 minutes in. A game that IFK will desperately be hoping Milata Boleslav can somehow win, but IFK for their part must get a result here in Gothenburg. Well, V2, the dump in, the power play almost over. And that puck all the way back to Kotkinsalo. And he's saying about ready to rejoin the action. Kotkinsalo spun around. Back to 5 aside. And will Ville Peltonen and his skaters feel like the sands of time really have started to dwindle? Cross ice pass. Dropped off. The onrushing defenseman Karjalainen. Need to get numbers forward, surely, as Virtanen poking at the puck. The two Frölunda defensemen, Johansson and Olsen, on the scene. Virtanen squirts the puck back to the point. Ahonen shot along the ice, and a good cover there by Tompkins. That was very alert goaltending. And it brings up the first power break of the final 20 minutes of action. Still, the 2 Frölunda goals in the first period, giving them the lead over IFK Helsinki.
Hey, good catch. Forwards, okay? We go 2-1-2. All the face-offs we lose. 2-1-2. 2 forwards, pressure them all the time, okay?
Sparta Prague leading 1-0 in Bremerhaven against the Fishtown Penguins. As things stand in Group A, Vekwa and Sparta would be advancing. The Penguins, having led the group through 4 games, they would be going out.
Laiturit tulee laukauksiin viivasta. Laukauksiin tulee viivasta, niin saat vähän mennä. Saa vähän mennä. Okei, jos menee ohi, niin saa vähän mennä.
No goals yet between Fribourg and Leksands. 5-1 now for Jestrebia at first Asker. 2-2 between Tampere and Skellefteå. That could yet give Lugano a lease on life. Skellefteå must win at least 2 points from that game to feel safe ahead of Lugano's game tomorrow with Eisbären Berlin. Frölunda clears their lines once more. Touched on by Inola, but back to it is Edvinsson for Frölunda. And now Folin, the far side dish. Spacek back to Russell Olsen. That just eludes Spacek. Schmaltz, though, can't corral. Here's Broadhurst, though. Spacek, is that a penalty? None forthcoming. A couple of IFK players in their bench area wanted a call, but they did not get one. Lash is forward, checking able to turn the puck over to Sundström. Lash centers. Carlson can't get into a shooting position. Turns back to Elliott. Over to Grönlund. Now back to the point and Anders Grönlund. Lash plays to Sundström. He turns around and the weak wrister rubbed out of the air by Garte. Two more games still to start tonight. In Group H, Bolzano will take on Red Bull Salzburg to determine first and second place there. And then Rundstedt, Zaire Capital, and Rouen in Group G. Rouen can clinch a place alongside KAC Klagenfurt in the knockout stage from that group. Could become just the second French side after themselves to reach CHL knockout stage. Kotkensalo working out beyond center, but the puck just rolls kindly to Grönlund. Frölunda now, they've got numbers, but the stick lost on that forward rush there, I think by Söderblom up the left wing, the big guy. That was unfortunate, but still Frölunda holding all the cards here as we approach the halfway mark of the final period. Lundqvist on to Fribourg. He's got Morshak alongside him, but the pass a little bit too far forward. Karjalainen dishes across to Ahonen, but IFK just can't get the puck forward enough, not even strength, to really threaten the goal of Matt Tompkins. Olsen now. Good pass to center right. A little bit crisper for Frölunda. Henriksen. Look at all the loose lumber along the IFK goal line as Russell Olsen playing the right point. Vincent furthest forward briefly for Frölunda. Support from Folin, then another stick shattering at this end of the ice. Could be a lumber yard as Spacek goes for a new twig. Vincent looking forward for Spacek. Put the cleaning crew out onto the ice as Vannanen toward the front of the cage, but Tompkins alerts. Holds on for the face-off draw. It was Söderblom who didn't know his own strength maybe. So cleanup crew on aisle 3, please, as the loose debris still lurking. New way to spice up the game. Just never remove the broken sticks from the ice and see what happens. Maybe at the end of the period when the Zamboni comes out, but it's a thought anyway. Face-off draw will be retaken with 9 minutes left in IFK Helsinki's CHL season as things currently stand. maybe third time lucky for this face-off. Up to Pajanen. Trying to win it away from Sundstrom, but Frölunda comes out on top again. You win enough one-on-one battles, you do tend to win the ice hockey war in the end. That shot fluttering on target from Elliott. Glove save from Garteg. Vlada Boleslav has scored again in Zurich, so it's 2-1 for the Czechs, approaching the halfway mark of the opening period. That game, though, will be meaningless if this score stays as it is. Frölunda can lock up first place in the group. ZSA would be secure of second, but unable to improve upon second. Starting tonight 1 point behind Frölunda. ZSA would win any ties with Frölunda. There's Inala. Maybe IFK not done yet, but Lash able to play defense. Good stick handling as well. The pass, though, was awry, and that'll result in an icing infraction. I think that was more Sundstrom's fault than Lash's, to be perfectly honest, but goals coming thick and fast in Switzerland. It's now 2-2 between ZSA and Vlada Boleslav. A couple of quick-fire goals after Adam Raska's opener and Chris Baltisberger's equalizer. Get the other information on those goals when we have it. IFK player down in a heap in the Frölunda zone as Schmaltz forced to retreat. Sloppy control from Palola. Lash tries a sharp angle shot but misses the near post. Frölunda playing exactly the sort of hockey you want to play with a 2-goal advantage. They remain on the attack when required. Is that shot from Niederbach just off the outside of the frame, maybe? What they are not doing is turtling Frölunda. They're not waiting for IFK to come to them. They are retaining the initiative in this game. Although here comes Koivistonen. Check down to the ice. Play allowed to continue. The outlet by Lassie got as far as the IFK line. Jaska stick to the puck, but now it's Karjalainen forced to withdraw. Up to Vananen. Flutters a dump into the far corner. Freeberg on the defensive alongside Edvinsson for Frölunda. Jaska now toward the front of the net, but knocked down. There's the player in front for IFK. And the attempt by Achanen at the left point. The Frölunda skate back to the neutral zone. Now a penalty forthcoming on Frölunda. Vananen drops off. Here's Jaska, 6-on-5 skating, the save made by Tompkins. And then the cover to bring up this forthcoming power play chance. After the power break, last roll of the dice maybe for IFK. They still trail 2-0 in this game.
Hej.
If there's a 4-on-6, we play like a 4-box like this. If there's a 4-on-6, we only go up with this guy if the puck goes up and over. It's definitely low with that guy.
If they go umbrella, we need to play like
Weeks like
we go 1 forward, 5.
Han är med. Vilka har du nästa? Vilka har du nästa? Lasse Nesse, prat. Gör det klara här så ni vet vad han pratar.
Take a look at the call there. Jan Mershak, I think, with the stick work penalty. That was the earlier effort by Miro Vannanen. You heard the Frölunda coaches there during that short break debating whether IFK would go 6-on-4 here and pull the goaltender. Not the worst idea in the world, you know, but for the moment it appears as though IFK happy to just go 5-on-4. So it will be Broadhurst taking the face-off draw. Turtling is Freeberg. And the strategy by Freeberg on the face-off pays dividends. Clearance all the way down to Garteg. Garteg has stopped 25 of 27 shots on goal, but might not matter at this point. Broadhurst leaves off for Inola. That's good skating, but again, not able to turn on target. But now Palola's efforts dealt with at close quarters by Tompkins. He did get a little bit narrow there before able to shoot Palola. As look at the casual play by IFK in their own zone. That's just not good enough. Frölunda can go four corners and play keep away. Talberg back into his own zone with 1:03 left on the penalty to Mershak. This is not going as requested for IFK. Gotta get something going. They just can't. Over the line at least. The dump in though leads to the puck going over the glass. So with 5:02 left in the game, face-off draw will at least, from IFK's perspective, be in the Frölunda zone. But see, there was Palola. He just, as I said, got a little bit shallow, a little bit too close to the goalie. Had nowhere to go, but maybe try and pull the puck back across the net. Time for a timeout. Maybe this is the moment to pull the goalie Garteg.
Jäky, sulla on Sebi.
Well, there you see the answer. Michael Garteg on the bench. IFK Helsinki skating 6-on-4. Just over 5 minutes left in regulation. They must score at least 2 goals without conceding. A lot of Boleslav now 3-2 in front. IFK keeps the puck at the point. All might not just be lost yet. Shot. They score! Well, Schmaltz. The wrist shot from the high slot. All the way through past Tompkins. The Frölunda lead cut in half. It's 2-1 now. Was it deflected? Palola back to Schmaltz. Freed up enough space to definitely hit somebody. Was it an IFK player? Did it come off of a Frölunda leg possibly? We skate 5 aside again. The urgency slightly removed from IFK. They get the power play goal, and they make this a contest once more. Inola, this could work. Alvici drops off for Inola, finds the trailer, Broadhurst, but just can't find the handle between the rings. Inola, though, with IFK suddenly looking with the wind in their sails, as I say that, miscontrolled by Jaska at the right point. Off the ice now is Garteg. We skate 6-on-5. Very interesting call here by Ville Peltonen. Forward to Virtanen. Wraps around to the far corner. Inola. IFK battling hard now. Pinching in from the right point. Saving things briefly. Kotkansalo. Inola in a tangle. Good work from Kotkansalo again at the point. Puck gloved down and played through the top of the blue paint area as Duke now at the left point. Good puck control for IFK with 3.5 minutes left in the game. Right point shot. Save made by Tompkins. The rebound falls to Inola. He turns up to the point, but losing out there, Jaska, and maybe a chance. Lash. Oh, he just shoots wide. That could have been disastrous. But Helsinki still alive in this game as Kotkansalo holds. Pass touched on. That looked like offside possibly, but it might be the end of the game as Wesley Olsen's pass intercepted. Very alert work by Palola. Payanen, puck side of the net. Turns toward the front of the cage, is loose. Falls to the near face-off ring, and the long distance shot, it goes into the net. From Lassu, I believe, down the length of the ice. The empty net goal scored by Nicholas Lassu makes it Frölunda 3, IFK Helsinki 1. Just your average 80-footer right into the center of the net. Couldn't have found the target any more precisely, Nicholas Lassu. And will that be enough to knock IFK Helsinki out of this year's Champions Hockey League? A lot of Boleslav, I mentioned. They now lead 3-2 in Zurich. 2 goals for Milos Kelemen for Milana Boleslav. After Dennis Malgin had tied things up for the second time. All those goals coming in the first 12.5 minutes at the Hallenstadion in Zurich. But again, they could all be irrelevant. As you see into the penalty box goes Alvitu. Frölunda on the power play, and surely that is going to be that. They made it interesting for a moment, did IFK, but Koivistonen penalized. Frölunda, they wouldn't mind salting the wound a little more here with the man advantage. Forced back into their own zone, but right now doesn't really matter as long as they keep the puck. Spacek. Soft cross ice pass. Lash into Spacek toward the front of the net, but Söderblom forced to turn toward the corner. Hounded by Austin. Nicely retrieved by Lundqvist up top. The trailer, Lundqvist scores! Yo, Lundqvist! Yet again, scoring in the Champions Hockey League. It's 4-1 for Frölunda. They are going to win CHL Group B. And the primary assist to who else? Ryan Lash. A 3-point night for Lash. That's 99 CHL points for the American 34-year-old. So that is very much that. Another power play for Frölunda. Another penalty picked up by IFK after that goal was scored. Maybe Ville Peltonen just wants his penalty killers to get some more practice. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but Frölunda once more with the man advantage. Carlson turns below the goal line to Sundstrom. Carlson toward the front of the net. And nobody home at the left point as we enter the final minute of this game. Mershak drops to Carlson. Carlson, the hero last week, making all this possible for Frölunda on home ice. Sundstrom the pass. Shot fake from Elliott. Now Carlson again. Try and get Ryan Lash that 100th CHL point tonight. I don't know. Turned around. 27 seconds left. That shot deflected. Sundstrom picks up. Finds Carlson again. 20 seconds to go. Puck flopping up and into the glove of Gartzhead. Mershak, I guess, will be credited with a shot on goal there. Taking a look at Ryan Lash. God would have loved to see him get out there and maybe get that final point, but clearance by IFK Helsinki will do it for this game and do it for IFK's CHL season. 4-1 the final score for Frölunda Gothenburg. 26 saves on the night for Matt Tompkins. Didn't quite get the shutouts, but Frölunda does get what they came for here on home ice tonight. Another place in a Champions Hockey League knockout stage. Joel Lundqvist, the Frölunda captain, heading to the front of the handshake line if there's going to be some good sportsmanship shown. We will sign off here from the Frölundaborg Ice Stadium. I'm Darren Kilfair. Thanks for being with us on another European night of success for Frölunda Gothenburg. Again, the final score, Frölunda 4, IFK Helsinki 1. So long, everyone.
Ja, Roger, ni ordnar ju upp det här till slut. Vad säger du om avslutningen här i gruppspelet för Frölunda?
Ja, jättebra. Det tycker vi spelar bra idag. Vi är stabila. Vi kanske har spelat bättre offensivt tidigare i någon match, men jag tycker det här läget vi är i slutet av gruppspelet så hanterar vi det här bra.
Trots slutsiffrorna så är det ju en jämn och tajt match, och det är jämnt och tajt över 2 matcher mot IFK Helsingfors. Varför fäller ni avgörandet, säger du?
Nej, men vi är lite bättre över 2 matcher ändå, tycker jag. Vi har väldigt bra målvaktsspel och vi har bra special teams. Både vårt boxplay och vårt powerplay har varit bra.
Du, det är rätt bra tryck här inne fast det inte är fullsatt.
Nej, det är många glada göteborgare här. Då blir det bra tryck.
Stort tack Roger, lycka till i fortsättningen.
Tack.
Okay, Ville Peltonen, obviously a big disappointment for your team. Why would you say Frölunda are the stronger team over these 2 games?
Well, we had a good game at home, and I think we lost our playoff berth in that game more than we lost here. Of course, Frölunda was strong today. They were stronger and deserved to win. Congrats to them. I think we had all in the play, but was not enough today.
It was a tight game, but like the whole group stage, you have had difficulties scoring goals. Why is that?
Well, like we saw today, we were able to create some momentum and penetrating those most dangerous areas, and that's we need to do better. And of course, power play is one thing that in these kind of games it makes a difference, like it was in the last one.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
What a goal! Oh my goodness! What an attempt that is! And the puck is like, and they score!
Är det nå eller vad? Nej, det är